ready for madness, ready for the next day of EHF Euro action. Group 1 was back, and Martin, the constellations could be worse for the last match day.
No, I mean, both groups are living up to the expectations that we're having. Both is closed, and the one who's coming tomorrow is going to be interesting. But since you're asking me, I'm very happy about today's result because I have to be honest, I was nervous after the loss against Portugal. But since there, I think Denmark has stepped up, and we are in for a treat as handball fans.
We are, and we are in for a treat as podcast listeners too, because Andrea is back with us today.
Yay!
Did you enjoy the episode with us?
I always enjoy, honestly. Really. I really enjoy it. And I don't feel it like filming and talking and recording. I feel it really like we are together at home chilling and talking about the most beautiful thing. Even Bengt thinks that volleyball is also beach volleyball is beautiful, but for me, we cannot talk about that. Like,
of course.
handball is up here, no?
Yeah, handball is number one, especially when the EHF Euro is around, and day 12 is in the books. So, guys, enjoy the podcast.
Ball across to Dylan Nahi, double in flight. Oh, what a start!
Into the net.
She does it again.
Yes, van Bijtenberg are the champions of Europe. With something here, she has a game. Across the keeper. What a comeback!
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to talk handball again after another day with upsets at the Euro. But we are going to dig into that a little bit. Yesterday he was with us already. Martin is back. And the woman who ditched us yesterday, Andrea.
But at least I'm better than Victor Thomas. So
It
it's
doesn't take that much, to be better than Victor in these kind of terms, We gotta set the barrier.
That's also right. I have to improve. That was a bad comment from my side.
No, all good, all good. Let's keep the bad comments for the matches we are going to talk about today, because there were some surprises in there, or at least one big surprise that I want to jump in with straight away. France didn't manage to do their homework and lost it to a very, very good Spain. Martin, was that the best Spain that we've seen in the tournament?
Yeah, I actually believe it was. But in somehow, I also feel like Spain also did good against Denmark and they performed good in this game. But honestly, I also felt like where were France today? I couldn't recognize them from the other games. So this is typical of talk. Was it because Spain was doing a very good job, or was it because France was underperforming? But I believe Spain did good today, and also Sergio Hernandez had his best performance of the championship today against France.
All right, then let's start it on the positive note and focus on Spain here a little bit, because Sergio Hernandez, of course, is the biggest topic when it comes down to Spain. He finally found his Magdeburg performance. Andrea, why did it take so long for him?
I don't think that he is quite long in the national team. You also need to gain some experience, no matter that you play a Champions League. But still, it's so many things involved in that, You need to feel your defense, you need to feel your teammate. Sometimes it takes a bit more time. And then it's also a momentum. I think the whole team played, as Martin said, somehow really great today. And it was a great momentum and a great spirit to jump into that level. But it was also interesting in the one period of time when Desbonnet was really good in the second half time when France started to get closer to them. Then Sergei didn't have much saves like in the first time. And then at the end, again, last 10 minutes or a bit more, he was impressive. Mm-hmm. So it was like throughout the match, 45 minutes of his great performance. And I like his indeed calmness in the way how I'm not a goalkeeper expert, so let's say it like that. But in the way that he is very patiently watching the shoot, waiting for the shoot. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I have this feeling that he's very somehow calm, See, he's so, let's say, tough, if you understand me right. Like, really not moving that much before the shoot. Mm-hmm. So he's taking his position, and then I know he's huge. He really takes a big part of the goal. But I really like him.
And he remains tough even after the save. So there's no super big emotions. What I was a little bit surprised with today, because you had one massive save after another, ending the game on 14 saves against France, who have been demonting each and every opponent they have played against, besides Denmark. But yeah, then you barely get an emotion from him. Martin, is that just his style?
Yeah, I think it's a part of Sergej, but he also has some emotions. I've seen it from Magdeburg, but maybe he also, was eager to deliver a performance he find acceptable himself. And as we said earlier, they rely on a good defense. I mean, he's not as outgoing as David Spade or some other keepers. He got his own style in that sense. But before this championship,
But it was cute. Did you see the moment when Nacho Biosca took like a situation that he was holding the book, that he like wrote in the book like everything was written. Like it was really cute.
No, I didn't see it.
In that way. So I mean, they were already relaxed. I would say that was already when the match was decided. But you could see a nice chemistry. So
yeah, and he did have a good defense in front of him as well, who actually forced France into many different tasks. So a very versatile defense. What the French attack wasn't able to adapt to over the game, or how did you see it, Andrea?
I mean, I saw that their attacks were a bit hectic in the way that they wanted to solve attacks pretty fast. As they gave one more pass in the attack, when the ball, as you say, ball did the work. So they were scoring from the wings, but they really often wanted to score even 1 against 2. They had a plenty, I think, space, especially in the fast breaks, to, let's say, be better, not at teammates, but really in some moments it was 1 against 2, having a free teammate on a side. But I think maybe that was the moment when the fog arrives on the court. That was the moment when you don't see the best. But it looked hectic, really, for me, from my point of view, until the moment when Desmond started to, let's say, save in the second half time. So they got much more self-confidence, definitely, and they responded much better. But again, at the end, Hernandez. So even when they found the flow, at the end, they couldn't score.
2 players, they had an even more hard time to score. We can't get rid of the right back topic with France. I'm stupid enough to talk about it because next opponent of France will be Germany, and now that I'm talking about it, they are gonna step up their game once again. But yeah, clearly to be seen that neither Dika Mem nor Melvin Richardson found into the game 1 goal from the right back situation, from the right back position, Martin.
Yeah, I mean, Dikamem before this game, he actually had a very, very good game. I think he was 8 on 8 or something like that. And today, it was simply not his game. And I mean, there were more to it than only Dikamem and the right back position. But obviously, he's the leader and the most experienced one in the team, together with Fabregas. What surprised me the most, actually, is that Desponet came into the goal for France and actually had a very decent second half. And I think they ended up with Bolzinger the same amount of saves as Sergej had in total. And they were a point where they only were behind with 1 goal. And there I was thinking, okay, is this France team the experienced one who's going to come back now? But somehow with Spain, I always feel like you should expect the unexpected. Them standing high in defense, half pressure, this court pressure, what you want to call it. That's, they did very well, especially Barofet, we need to mention today. Was his double digits. He made 10 goals or something like that. So, but France, obviously, they need a leader like Dikamem, and also for the next game. And I would be surprised if he doesn't go home today and then prepare himself very well and will be very motivated for what's coming up because of today's results.
But I have one question. To step into. Sorry, I think that the Spanish defense, I think those are the guys that their lateral movement in provoking the foul in the attack, it's impressive. The way how they defend and how they get the balls from these moments is simply amazing. I really love it. Anticipation, indeed. That's one of the most important things, definitely, in handball. And what I like today, it's also Tarafeta. He jumped into a game like, I think, 3 goals in a row in one moment. Or not in a row, but he scored 3 in a very, let's say, crucial moments. So many different style of attackers.
I mean, from my point of view, when I watch Spain, they're very good at making games. I wouldn't say maybe chaotic, but hectic in their own way. Play on their terms. And once you go on their terms, then it's very difficult to play against them.
They are surely showing what is a systematic work also with Jordi. I just heard recently, I was in Malmo, that he is really following every championship of the youth players, and he is involved in every system. So we can understand now why Marcos Fis and the other youngsters, when they step into a senior team of Spain, they already know how the things are functioning, starting from defense to the attack, fast break. They are already, ready to fit in.
Mm-hmm. He did a very good job there, and is on the right track with Spain. One can conclude that. We praised their body language the last time already, saying they played until the very last second, and you could see that today as well. So good one for Spain. Happy coach there. Disappointed coach on the other side in Guillaume Gilles, who we want to hear what he has to say after the game.
What happened? It was a bad game for us, because we didn't find our rhythm in this match, because of the very good attack from the Spanish team, and of course we are disappointed because we have lost and it's in case of the main round and all the possibilities, then we lose some very important points. And we don't have our destiny in our hands, and it will be difficult to follow the next game.
So to be clear, that interview was held right after the game. That's why he still had to look on what happens in between Germany and Denmark. We do know that now, and we do know that France still holds all the chances in their own hands, because Germany didn't manage to win against Denmark, and now it's gonna be a final in between France and Germany. Both qualified for the quarterfinal today with their loss, Martin.
Germany, France, two gigantic handball nations, is gonna play for the last spot in the semifinal, and I'm curious here after the result of Denmark, Germany, whether you and Victor want to change your mind again, whether Denmark makes it to the semifinal or you're settled with it.
Then let's look at the game a little bit, because right from the start, people were surprised a little bit. Because as we concluded it the last time, Big Bad Wolf in goal was intimidating his opponents. And today, the first light of day that he saw was, I think, against a 7-meter penalty, or if not that, in the second half, 45th minute or something. David Späth started the game. In my mind, it's like, oh well, after that game of Andy Wolf, Denmark for sure is going to prepare for Andy Wolf, and then to bring in Späth, was that the psychic trick behind it, or why wouldn't you start that Andy Wolf, Martin?
I heard Nikolaj Jakobsen. Yeah, that's true.
He's injured.
I heard Nikolaj Jakobsen say, he was asked, how many minutes did you do on preparing for Andy Wolf, and he said around 0 minutes. So it's not a focus point. It's not to be arrogant for Nikolaj Jakobsen, but this is a point where, do you want to speak about a goalkeeper, what he does, and then overthink it, or you want to stick to what you do normally and believe in yourself? But I was very surprised that Wolf didn't start the game. Imagine having 20-plus saves, the most experienced one. I actually believe Späth did good, and he has some attitude, and he's one for the future. Yeah. But still, I believe, and also with the two players not playing today, Mertens and Serbe, and then I heard Späth was starting. I was like, Serbe played all the minutes on right wing, and Mertens basically all the minutes on left wing, and then they don't play.
And actually, that was the reason why they didn't get into the match against Denmark, just to manage the minutes. And I personally don't know if that's the game for it.
But then play fully against Denmark and win, and then you can rest for the next game. Then you're through to the semifinal. That's my point. But I don't know if
I agree with you.
Okay, I found it weird.
Yeah, it was the official explanation.
Okay.
That especially because Serbe played all the minutes, that he would rest. So,
but name me a player in the world that is not capable of playing in front of 15,000 to make it to a Euro semi-final, that cannot pull through the last energy.
You should always go fully. You understand, because these are the matches that you never know. Denmark showed us also that they are capable to lose, that they are humans, as Martin said. So indeed, you could also win a lot in this game. So I really don't think so. I think it was just a tactical move, or maybe, it was a mutual deal. We don't know what is happening in the locker room and what was the deal behind that. We can just, assume. But definitely, I mean, Speth was good. We cannot say he was good. You know, he was stable. He even catch the live ball. No, we could also see that one. That was kind of impressive. And but I think also everyone was more than expecting Wolf to be between
and
the posts.
That was the next
Germany
point, because I
also
was
hit
about
in the
to say
beginning?
behind with one goal, and if they have scored 1 or 2 from Gregic or Köster or whoever hit the post, then okay, we're sitting here speaking about that thing, and they will maybe have been in front with 1 or 2 goals instead of being behind.
There were some moments in the game where I thought, oh well, Germany could come back now, could take it over. I think it was at the beginning of the second half where Mats Hoxer came in and David Speth picked his ball. So he picked it out of the air, and Germany still wasn't able to create a momentum out of it, because especially in the second half, Denmark reminded themselves that they're Denmark, or what happened?
Yeah, I actually believe that Germany did a good game, and the same with Denmark. I think we saw 2 good defense today, but after he catched the ball from Hoxha, I believe Denmark went 3-4 goals up, and from there on they had the lead. I mean, Pytlik was 1 from 6 in the first half, and then with 20 minutes left, he came in. It was like he ended up with 8 goals or something like that from 14 shots. And when Pytlik makes 8 and Gisel makes 8 goals, then it's 16 goals. It's gonna be tough to stop Denmark. And I know for the last time they played against each other, they also tried to open up on the wings, because Kirkelik, as we all know, he's a right back. But the last 2 games he has, succeeded with his shots. But I have respect for Germany, the way that they played. And let's not forget, it's the first loss in the main round. And they got everything to play for against France. I think they did not a bad game overall. And especially defense, they had, in the end, they will concede some more goals than probably if it would have been more tight or close the game. But I actually believe they did pretty well. I mean, as we said, unlucky a couple of times, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, Germany didn't lose the game on defense at all.
Yeah.
So defensive work was very good. That's what I thought, like straight from the start, where you could just see, all right, even though Germany puts up a great defense, Denmark always still finds a way to play on and to find the next guy and to find Saustrup, and him knowing that Pytlik is just to his left and still manages to find a way to play on. And it was the offensive threat that was missing from Germany.
Yeah, I could agree, but there was one moment in, like we were talking, the defense that they play very good. One moment, Denmark didn't score for almost 8.5 minutes, and in that very same one, Germany didn't score for almost 6 minutes, as I remember. So in one moment I thought we were gonna arrive to 20 goals. Both teams, it was really crazy. But as you said, I mean, also even when Germany was close, I think Nielsen was very, very good in the decisive moments, and he does it so easy. It looks so easy without putting that much effort in saving all those balls. But I do think that what happened is like that somehow Gitzel and Pytlik, they decided to play and I mean to do their best, and they're best at it. And sometimes you just look like a chess. But for me, what impresses me a lot next to these amazing guys is also Hoxton, who is scoring. He comes there and then he scores, and then Kikeloke scores, and then it's like crazy. But I really like what Saustrup does. It's really interesting to watch him play, and the way how he is taking care of defensive players of Germany, and the way how he puts his blocks on them. It's a pure art, and the way how they understand each other in the way how they attack. And also, I wanted to ask also, Martin, maybe you could tell me this, but I was thinking today that I think Denmark is one of the teams that are really shooting the best under when they are fouled. So they're shooting at a moment that they usually have a person on them or like clear foul are impressive. And it's really hard for a goalkeeper to see when the ball is going to go out, as you know, when you're under a foul. But I was in one moment thinking every player knows how to do it. It's like they get into a foul, they are really fouled. It's not a bit, but always there.
I mean,
there goes
the
ball
game has
goes
also developed to be more man versus man or woman versus woman. I mean, what you just said is what I always think about Felix Klar as a person. Always very good at it. Gisli Christiansen, some of these players, Omaengi and Gitzel also, and I agree. It's some kind of a. Can you say when they know that they will at least get a free throw, then might as well get a shot towards the goal? Maybe it goes in. If not, then you have the ball again. And And it's a balance for me also
looks like that.
sometimes. Sometimes I also feel
It
it's
looks
okay
like
if
that.
the referee doesn't whistle these kind of where it's maybe on the line there, because then you can continue doing. But some players are extremely good at having this kind of feeling or sense. When is it enough for a free throw? When isn't it? And that's it. Yeah.
Also, like you as a goalkeeper, it's really tough to know when the moment when the ball will go out, and they are so good at it that this is just an art. Watching them shooting and being that fouled, I would say the body is usually completely out of the control, but the hand always knows the position somehow, and it's a special thing.
Yeah, they just implanted a little brain into the hand, just so that it can think by itself, and it
looks like that. Maybe
it
it's a
doesn't
chip.
need the host. That's the only explanation that I got for
Yeah.
that. Denmark was the better team, and that's why they deserved that spot in the semifinal. It will be a clash in between France and Germany on Wednesday night. What we're looking forward to decide that group. Last game that was played in that group just shortly was in between Portugal and Norway with the 35-35. None of them has the chance any longer to reach the semifinal, but they can still aim for the fifth place match.
I mean, I just need to say, where did Diogo Valerio came from? Because before today he had 0 saves, and after today's game he has 12 saves, and it's like
and only playing like second half. So he didn't start, came in after like it was a little longer, 10-15 minutes, but still managed to be a threat. And how in the world is Norway building up the opponent's goalkeepers?
Yeah, that also. I mean, even though I would say, on a last note here, I actually just want to say one thing that I forgot to say about it. Doesn't have to end on a bad note, but I hope that Abel Zadio, he's recovering well for the last hit he had in the game versus France, because it looked a little bit bad with the knee there. Not to say anything. Yeah, not to say anything about a little bit unnecessary in my opinion, but overall.
Let's just hope that he doesn't take away a major injury there. But to end it on a positive note, we're playing a quick round of Find the Best Line Player in the tournament. So you guys do know the rules by now. And that's why we are just gonna get started here. And Martin, I'm starting with you. Maciej Jabala or Dragan Pečmalbet?
And now you're going to challenge me with, I'm going to say Dragan.
That's good.
Dragan Pečmalbet or Mihailo Masenic?
Oh,
That's not fair. What are you doing now? I mean, that's a Serbian scandal. I don't know. Okay, let's say the Dragan was a bit better on this championship. Stay with Dragan.
Then we are having Dragan Pečmalbet or Ludovic Fabregas. Ludovic Fabregas or Magnus Saugstrup?
Saugstrup, I just said it.
Magnus Saugstrup or Nicolas Tournat?
Saugstrup.
Magnus Saugstrup or Justus Fischer?
Saugstrup.
Magnus Saugstrup or Louis Frade?
I'm going with Saugstrup.
Magnus Saugstrup or Oscar Bergendahl?
We stay with the same.
Then final question, Magnus Saugstrup or Johannes Goller?
I knew it was coming. This is a tough one also, but I'm going to say Magnus Saugstrup. And now I'm going to sound like I'm biased here because I'm saying Danish players, but to me it's Saugstrup, Fabregas, Goller. I think they are...
Alright, so we are going to give the final vote to Andrea Lekic. Magnus Saugstrup or Johannes Goller? we got to have an objective one to close it.
Objective.
Goller is better looking. Goller is better looking.
But that's one thing. But on the handball performance,
oh well, fair enough. I mean, the recent success on club level and international level speaks for him, and that's why he joins our fantasy squad here. And if you want to know who's coming next, then you guys better tune in tomorrow when it will be time to talk handball.
Ball across to Dylan Nahi, double in flight. Oh, what a start!
Ooh, into the net.
She does it again. Yes.
And Magdeburg are the champions of Europe. To come up with something here. She has a